Hello everyone, welcome to GameTechUK and some more on the road. In this video we're going to be discussing the state of the Xbox version. So let's get on with today's video. So if you've been following the channel over the last couple of months, you'll know that I've been heavily covering on the road, and I am very excited about the concept of the game, the fact that you can get out of your truck and you can do long journeys, you can do multi-drop, you can hire staff. The game has got potential. I spotted a few bugs once I got the early version, and they were implemented into a patch and put on the day one patch for the PlayStation. That patch seemed to be okay, it went through really quickly and it was available before release, which is great. With the Xbox that didn't happen, and Aerosoft have gone very quiet. Just recently they put out a little message to say you've certainly noticed that there's a problem and we're working as hard as we can. They're not really giving any back information or any inside information as to why this has happened, the problems you're encountering, or what they're actually doing about it. This has all been extremely damaging to the Xbox version of On the Road. If you go to the Microsoft Store, you'll see it's got 1-star reviews, rightfully so. This is an unplayable mess. Like I say, in yesterday's statement they put out that they were working on it, but what are they working on? What is being done behind the scenes and in what order to sort this big mess out? When the game was released and the patch wasn't available, they did blame Microsoft by saying, we put the patch forward, we're just waiting for them to upload it. But my sneaky suspicion is that that day one patch failed validation with Microsoft. That means Microsoft has got to send the patch back, the developers got to fix whatever the problem is, and then it's got to go through the validation process again, and I think that's what's happening right now. Now, of course, this sort of thing happens all the time. This is game development, game publishing. This is a common occurrence. But what I wish had happened is that they just pulled it from sale, because they're damaging the brand of On the Road for the Xbox players. It's absolutely damaged and tarnished, and they should have either put a statement out to say, look, this is the state of play at the moment. This is what's happening. This is what you're going to purchase. Effectively a broken game, or just pull it from sale until the patch is sorted. I wish that had happened. But if you didn't notice all of these problems at the start and you've just purchased it and maybe you've stumbled across this video, or indeed you've been playing, and I get a lot of questions, why isn't this working? I've just discovered that isn't working. These are the parts of the game that are currently broken. The first thing you're going to notice is that there's no steering wheel support on the Xbox. Now, I'm not even sure if once the day one patch comes, steering wheels will start to work. It's really annoying and embarrassing as well, because I was told that any Logitech and any Thrustmaster would work with all versions of the game. Obviously, that was false information, but that's too late for me because I've already passed it on to you. But hopefully, when the day one patch comes, steering wheel support will be there. Next up is the Scania brand is bugged for the Arctic with the cattle trailer. You'll notice if you start the game with Scania and go into the rigid body, that's okay, it drives fine. You go down to the cattle trailer and you get inside and there's this weird black screen. You can sort of see what's happening and hear what's happening, but it's bugged and you can't drive it. So if you are going to play the game for now, avoid Scania. Next up, if you are playing it at the moment or trying to work your way through the game, you'll notice in the employee section that the hire button, the hitbox just isn't right. So it seems like the hire button just simply isn't working, but if you move the cursor around a little bit, you can get that hitbox to light up the hire button and get it to activate. This will hopefully be working in the patch, but this is currently what's wrong with the hire button. If you have managed to get past that and you want to take an employee out of a truck, you will notice quite a comical bug. It shoots the trailer 50 to 100 foot in the air. I was laughing in this clip because it was funny and I was under the impression that this would be sorted for day one. But if you are going to get your employees out of the truck, expect a bit of damage or the truck to be ending up in all sorts of places once it lands. There's also a problem with the tacho as well, so when you drive off the game's going to complain and tell you to put the little EU card in, but the menu just isn't working properly. You should be able to insert the card, change the mode and accept the mode, but you can't. You have to come out of the menu each time to sort of activate it. So you'll put the card in, nothing will happen, but once you come out of the menu, the card will go in. You'll go back in, you'll click accept, nothing will happen. But once you come out of the menu, it does. This is on both versions as well, but it's very annoying and it simply doesn't work properly. Of course, we've also got the issue with the mirrors not working as well. They're simply not working in the current version. When the day one patch does drop, you will be able to turn them on and off via the menu, but this is going to have a real negative impact on performance, and I can't wait to see how the original Xbox One handles it with the mirrors working. Also, silly things like the horn doesn't work properly. It sounds like a car instead of a truck. Also, you may notice on the Xbox version, it's very dark. In the day one patch for the PlayStation, they did add exposure and brighten the whole game up a little bit. So at least you've got that to look forward to once the patch arrives. But it's fair to say that this was released as an absolute broken mess on the Xbox. Probably one of my worst launches that I remember of recent times. It's completely broken, and they knew it was going to be broken as well, and I just wish they'd pulled it from sale to save all of these terrible reviews of the game and to turn people against the game. They're going to have to work really, really hard to gain your trust again, and I know a lot of people managed to get a refund, rightfully so. If you didn't get a refund, I'm still going to cover this game on the channel. I'm still going to cover as it improves, if it improves, when the patches come, what the patches include. I'm still going to cover this, so I will keep you absolutely informed of progress of On the Road. Now, don't get me wrong, when this day one patch comes, it doesn't mean that the game's going to be perfect. It's going to have all the issues that I tried to show you on the build up to release. So terrible AI that magically drops in from the sky. All these issues will still be there, but at least you'll be able to play the game and hope for progressing sort of fixing of bugs in the future as the game progresses. But it is a shame that this has happened, and I didn't want to stay silent. Aerosoft has stayed silent enough. Everyone has come to my channel asking for answers, so although I haven't really got answers, at least I've tried to bundle everything together in this video. But I wish they pulled it from sale until it's all sorted. They didn't, so we're going to have to live with that. If you are playing it, at least some of the workaround in this video might help you. If you're not going to play it, which I do advise, don't play it until the patch comes, probably a couple of patches down the line. But I will continue to cover this game because I like the concept of it. I like the fact you can get out the truck, you can do long journeys, multi-drops, hire staff, licensed vehicles, real locations. This has got the potential to be something quite special, but what a terrible start for the game, the brand, and Aerosoft themselves, and hopefully that will only improve. As soon as the Xbox patch does drop, I will be bringing it to the channel to let you know what's changed, and I would love to know in the comments below, are you absolutely hating what's happened? Are you still going to support the game? Are you still trying to play even with the bugs there on the Xbox? I would love to know in the comment section below what your opinions are of On the Road so far. I know they're going to be negative, but is there still support there for the game? I'd love to gauge in the comment section below what your thoughts and opinions are. But that is it, everyone. Have a lovely day, and I will see you in the next one.